what if, like, the only thing standing between you and the absolute biggest financial week of your year is, well, your own hidden insecurity?
Oh, that is a heavy question to start with.
Right. I mean, think about that for just a second. We all have things we hide, even from ourselves.
Oh, definitely. We all have those blind spots.
Exactly. But what actually happens when the universe forces you to pull those hidden fears out into the light, and right before handing you the keys to a huge career opportunity, no less?
Well, it creates a lot of tension. I mean, a whole lot. You really have to face the dark before you can step into the light.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Think of it sort of like pulling back a slingshot.
Okay, a slingshot. I like that.
Right, so if you want to send something flying forward with a huge amount of speed and power, what's the very first thing you have to do?
You have to pull it backward.
Exactly. You have to pull it in the exact opposite direction of where you actually want it to go. You're building up all this intense tension in the rubber band.
Right. You're pulling it back toward yourself, holding it steady, and keeping it very, very quiet for just a moment.
Your arm is literally shaking from the effort.
Yeah, and then snap, you let go.
And the rock just launches into the distance.
It flies so much farther than you could ever throw it with just your bare hands.
It's basically the perfect picture of stored energy turning into pure, unstoppable action. And, well, that is exactly the journey we are going to analyze today.
Welcome back to Horoscope TV. We are so, so glad to have you here with us today.
We really are.
If you're listening to this, you are a Leo, and today we are looking at your special weekly forecast for the week of March 16th to March 22, 2026.
It is quite a week, let me tell you.
My friend, this week is entirely defined by passion, huge growth, and real prosperity. But just like that slingshot we were talking about, we're looking at a story in two very distinct parts.
Yeah, this week really is a journey. I mean, it doesn't just hand you a trophy on Monday morning and call it a day.
That would be nice, though.
It would. But no, it starts by asking you to do that quiet, careful pulling back. It asks for planning, for looking inward, and, well, for being very honest with yourself.
Which isn't always easy.
Not at all. But then, as the week goes on, the tension releases.
Yeah.
You're going to see sudden bright ideas, exciting action, clear luck, and just totally true clarity.
And I want to make a promise to you right now, right at the top of the show.
Let's hear it.
We are going to keep things simple today. We're not going to use big, confusing words or, academic jargon.
And no one needs that.
Right. We are just looking at the astrological data. We're looking at where the planets are in the sky right now, how they are moving, and most importantly, we're going to analyze exactly what all of that means for your love life, your money, your work, and your health.
Because honestly, that is what really matters. Astrology is just a tool for your everyday life.
Exactly.
It's kind of like looking at a weather report. If you know it's going to rain, you bring an umbrella. And if you know the weather is pushing you toward financial luck, well, you know it's the right time to ask for a raise or pitch a new idea to your boss.
That's a great way to put it. You don't need to be an expert in how clouds form to know how to open an umbrella.
Exactly.
So let's just jump right into the start of your week, looking at Monday, March 16th.
Let's do it.
The overall theme here is that the sky is asking you to look inward first. It really wants you to do some quiet work before it treats you to these sudden bursts of pure happiness later on.
Right.
The astrological data shows us two main things happening on Monday. The moon enters Pisces, and Mercury squares Lilith.
That's a big combination.
Yeah, so let's take those one at a time. What does it actually mean when the moon moves into Pisces?
Well, to understand this, we really need to look at what both the moon and Pisces represent. So in astrology, the moon is all about your feelings, your comfort zone, and, your inner private world.
Okay.
It's how you feel when you are totally alone in your room with the door shut.
Just totally unfiltered.
Exactly. Now, Pisces is a water sign. It's deep, it's quiet, and it's very spiritual. Think of like a deep, still lake hidden in a dense forest.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Our listener is a Leo. And Leo is a fire sign, right?
Very much so.
The Leo energy is loud, it's proud, and it loves to be in the center of the room. So what happens when a fire sign is suddenly dealing with a water moon? I mean, does the water just put the fire out?
Ah, that's a common misconception. It doesn't put the fire out, but it does, well, calm it down a bit.
Okay, calm it down.
Yeah, when the moon moves into Pisces, it's like wrapping a soft, quiet blanket around your fiery energy. It slows you down.
Got it.
For a Leo, this specific placement highlights your shared resources and your most intimate private hopes. It kind of makes you want to retreat a little bit.
So it's that pulling back of the slingshot we talked about.
Yes, precisely. For your work and health, you're going to benefit a lot from spending some quiet time on Monday, just focusing on your personal goals.
Just putting your head down.
Right. It's a great day to put your head down and work hard on some new financial projects. You might have a great idea for how to save money or, how to start a side business.
Oh, nice.
But this is not the day to show those projects off. You just need to build them quietly.
That makes a lot of sense. But then we have the second part of the data for March 16. Mercury squares Lilith.
Yes, the square.
Let's break that down without using any confusing terms. Mercury is the planet of how we think and how we talk, right? It's basically communication.
Correct. Mercury rules the mind, your emails, talking, text messages, and even just your internal train of thought.
Okay. And what about Lilith? I know it's sometimes called the dark moon, but what does it actually mean for a person's everyday life?
Lilith represents the hidden things, the shadows, basically.
So shadows.
Yeah. It's the fears, the desires, or the insecurities that we keep locked away in the basement of our minds.
Oh.
These are the things we really do not like to admit out loud. Maybe it's a fear of not being good enough, or maybe it's a secret desire for more attention from a romantic partner. Lilith is where we hold our raw, unpolished feelings.
And a square in astrology means these two planets are looking at each other from a sharp 90-degree angle.
Yes, exactly 90 degrees.
Let's explain what that geometry actually means. Why does a 90-degree angle even matter?
Well, think about two cars driving down two different streets that meet at a four-way intersection.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
They're driving at the exact same speed, and they reach the intersection at the exact same time. That is a 90-degree angle. It's a square.
Oh, so they're going to crash.
Right. They cannot both keep going straight without crashing right into each other. They are forced to stop, look at each other, and deal with the tension.
Someone has to yield.
Exactly. One has to yield, or they have to figure out a completely new way forward. A square always brings friction. It forces you to take action because staying still is just no longer an option.
Oh, that is a really great visual. So we have Mercury, the planet of thinking and talking, crashing into Lilith, the dark basement of our hidden fears.
It's quite the collision.
What actually happens when our thoughts and our words crash into our hidden insecurities like that?
It brings a very important warning for your Monday. Because Lilith deals with hidden things. Mercury squaring it demands that you bring those hidden things out into the light.
You have to talk about them.
Exactly. In your love life, this means you must be very honest about your deepest desires in romance. If there is something you want from your partner or, something you are afraid of in your relationship, you just cannot hide it today.
The tension is just too high.
Yeah, the tension of that square will be way too high. The cars are at the intersection. You literally have to roll down the window and talk.
Wow. And the data says there is a danger here regarding money, too. The forecast warns that you must avoid impulsive spending based on hidden fears.
Yes, that is crucial.
How does that work in real life? Like, why do our hidden fears make us want to spend money?
It's a classic psychological reaction, honestly. Let's say you feel insecure about your job. Maybe you're worried you don't look successful enough to your strict bosses, or you feel like you're falling behind your friends.
Sure, we've all been there.
Right. That insecurity is Lilith, and it is deeply uncomfortable. So your mind, which is Mercury, tries to find a quick, easy solution to make that bad feeling go away.
Oh, I have absolutely seen this happen. You feel bad about yourself, so you go out and impulsively buy like a really expensive watch or a designer outfit.
Exactly. Retail therapy.
You think, if I wear this, people will think I'm successful, and then I won't have to feel insecure anymore. You use the spending to just cover up the fear.
That is a perfect example of Mercury squaring Lilith.
Huh.
You are using an outward action like spending money to try and quiet a dark, hidden fear.
You're putting a shiny bandage on it.
A shiny bandage on a deeper wound, exactly. But here's where the data gets interesting. The quiet time you get from the moon being in Pisces on this exact same day gives you the mental space to figure out what those hidden fears actually are.
Oh, so they work together.
They do. By taking a quiet hour to just sit and face those feelings, you stop yourself from making those bad money choices.
So the water energy of the Pisces moon is actually saving the Leo here.
It really is.
It gives them the quiet time needed to process the car crash happening between their thoughts and their fears.
Exactly. If you just rush through the day, you will probably end up arguing with your partner or buying something you really don't need. But if you analyze your feelings quietly, you can speak up honestly.
You can just tell your partner what you need.
Right, and you can close your wallet. That honesty starts making your romantic life so much clearer.
Let's try to picture this feeling. I want you to imagine that Mercury squaring Lilith is kind of like finally deciding to clean out a dark, messy closet in your bedroom.
Oh, everyone has one of those.
You know the one. You've been throwing old boxes, clothes that don't fit, and just random junk in there for
And
years.
you just keep the door shut.
Exactly. It is a little scary to open that door because you know it's going to be a lot of work. You might find things that make you feel sad or things that remind you of old mistakes.
It's emotionally taxing.
But once you pull everything out, look at it honestly, and decide what to keep and what to throw away in the trash, you feel free. You feel safe. Your room just feels lighter.
That is exactly how this energy feels.
Mm.
It is a moment of deep personal honesty.
Yeah.
And, it is not always easy for a proud Leo to admit they have fears. A Leo naturally wants to be the strong lion all the time.
Always leading the pack.
Right. But doing the hard work of cleaning out the mental closet on Monday sets you up for the huge rewards coming just 2 days later. You are basically clearing the runway so the good luck has a place to land.
And that brings us to Wednesday, March 18th. And let me tell you, this is marked as one of the very best dates of the entire week.
Oh, absolutely. It's a fantastic day.
The energy changes entirely. The closet is clean, the slingshot is pulled back as far as it can possibly go, and now you are starting to feel the rush of moving forward.
The release is starting.
Yeah. The data shows two big events happening on Wednesday. Venus squares Jupiter, and the Sun sextiles Uranus.
Lots of planetary action.
So let's look at Venus and Jupiter first. What do these two planets represent?
Well, Venus is the planet of love, beauty, art, and money. It is the planet of pleasure.
All the good stuff.
Exactly. And Jupiter is the planet of luck, growth, expansion, and joy. It basically makes everything it touches bigger.
Wait, I have to stop you there.
What's up?
You just said Venus squares Jupiter. Earlier, you told me a square is like two cars crashing at an intersection. It brings tension and friction.
I did say that, yes.
But Venus and Jupiter are both happy, positive planets. If a square is a car crash, how can a square between two good planets be a good thing?
That is a very, very smart question. Think of it this way. What happens when two really good things crash into each other?
I'm not sure.
Imagine you're at a party and you have a huge slice of the best chocolate cake in the world on your plate.
Okay, I love chocolate cake.
That is Venus pleasure and sweet things. Then someone comes along and offers you another huge slice of cake and then maybe a third. That is Jupiter expansion and just wanting more.
Oh, I see. It's too much of a good thing.
Exactly. The tension of this specific square is not about fear or danger. It is the tension of overdoing it out of pure joy.
You're just so happy you lose control a bit.
Right. When Venus and Jupiter interact like this, it brings a massive surge of joy to your life. The data shows this brings wonderful growth to your travel plans, for instance.
Travel?
Yeah, maybe you finally book that dream vacation, or you get upgraded to a better seat on a business trip. But the square tension means you might be tempted to spend way too much money on the hotel room just because you feel so happy in the moment.
What about romance? Since Venus is the love planet, how does this too much of a good thing energy actually affect a Leo's relationship?
It expands your heart completely. You are going to feel a huge desire to spoil your romantic partner.
Just shower them with gifts.
Exactly. You want to buy them beautiful gifts, shower them with affection, and just celebrate the love you share. It is a very generous, warm energy.
And Leos love being generous.
They do. A Leo naturally loves to be generous, and Jupiter makes that urge even stronger.
So the warning here is to enjoy the love, buy the flowers, but maybe do not buy a brand new car for your partner on a random Wednesday just because you feel happy.
That is a very fair warning. And because Venus also rules money, this connection with lucky Jupiter might even bring an unexpected financial bonus.
Oh, wow. Like what?
You might get a check in the mail or, a really nice tip. Just remember to enjoy it without letting the Jupiter expansion make you spend it all in one single hour.
Okay, so we have love, travel, and money all getting a huge boost of joy. You also mentioned the Sun sextiles Uranus on this same Wednesday.
Yes, another great transit.
The Sun is the ruling planet of Leo. It represents your core self, your identity, your ego. So what is Uranus?
Uranus is basically the wild card of the solar system. It is the planet of sudden changes, surprises, lightning bolts, and sudden inspiration. It shakes things up.
Okay, and what does a sextile mean? We know a square is a 90-degree crash. What angle is a sextile?
A sextile is a 60-degree angle.
60 degrees.
Yeah. If a square is a crash at an intersection, a sextile is like merging onto a highway when there's absolutely no traffic.
Oh, that's a great feeling.
Right. The roads run alongside each other and you just glide right in. It is a friendly, easy connection. It acts like a gentle wind pushing a sailboat from behind. It helps things move very smoothly.
So we have the Sun Your Core Leo identity, getting a smooth, helpful push from Uranus, the planet of sudden, brilliant ideas. What does that actually look like during a normal workday?
It brings positive, sudden surprises directly to your career. You are going to have these sudden, bright ideas.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the kind of day where the solution to a problem you have been stuck on for weeks just, like, pops into your head while you're standing in the shower or pouring your morning coffee.
I absolutely love those moments. It feels like a literal light bulb turning on. And the data says that if you share these ideas, they will impress your strict bosses. Why is that? Why will a strict boss care about a sudden idea?
Because Uranus brings ideas that are innovative. They are not just the same old, boring solutions everyone else tries. They are fresh, and they're clever.
Okay, so they stand out.
Exactly. A strict boss who is tired of seeing the same problems day after day will be thrilled when you walk in with a fresh, creative answer that actually works. And your Leo confidence, your sun, helps you deliver the idea with so much charm.
Does this sudden inspiration from Uranus affect how our Leo listener feels physically? Like, what about their health?
Yes, Uranus brings a deep desire for change, so you will feel this sudden urge to improve your daily exercise routine.
It's mixing it up.
Totally. If you usually lift weights, you might suddenly want to go for a run outside. If you usually do yoga, you might suddenly want to try a fast-paced dance class. You will find the motivation to break out of your boring routine and move your body in a brand new way.
So, when we look at Wednesday, March 18 as a whole, it totally makes sense why it's one of the best days. Venus and Jupiter are making your love life and your wallet feel full, while the Sun and Uranus are giving you lightning bolt ideas for your career and your health.
It is every single area of your life with happy surprises. But, the most important thing for you to remember on Wednesday is to remain open to the unexpected.
Right, don't force it.
Uranus does not like strict plans. Do not try to control exactly how the good news arrives. Just let the universe surprise you.
That is a great rule for dealing with Uranus. Now, all of those sudden bright ideas from Wednesday set the perfect stage for the very next day.
They do.
Because now we are moving into Thursday, March 19, and Friday, March 20. We are moving from dreaming about ideas to actually planning them and then stepping out into the bright light to make them real.
It's a big gear shift.
Let's look at Thursday first. The astrological data shows a new moon in Pisces. Let's explain what a new moon is visually for our listener.
Well, a new moon happens when the sun and the moon are in the exact same spot in the sky from our view here on Earth.
Okay.
Because they are together, the side of the moon that faces us gets no sunlight at all. The sky is dark. There is literally no moonlight to see by.
And throughout history, the dark phase of the moon is always considered a time of new beginnings, right?
Yes, think about farming. You do not plant seeds on top of the bright, sunny grass.
No, the birds would eat them.
Exactly. You have to bury the seed down in the dark dirt where no one can see it. A new moon is when you plant your ideas and wishes for the future in the dark soil of your mind.
And it's in Pisces.
Right. And because this new moon is in Pisces again, it brings back that gentle, deep, spiritual energy we talked about on Monday.
The forecast says Thursday is a day to set goals safely. You are invited to plant seeds for your financial future. You should make a new wish for your romantic future safely. You need to set goals for your long-term professional income and use this day to network and expand your career goals safely.
That word comes up a lot.
It does. And for health, you should focus on healing your spirit through gentle meditation.
Notice how many times the word safely comes up for this day. This is not the day to launch the big project or walk into your boss's office to demand a promotion.
It's a planning day.
Yes, this is the day you sit at your desk with a notebook and write the plan down. You look at those brilliant ideas you had on Wednesday, and you create the actual blueprint for how you're going to build them.
Okay, I have to push back here.
Go for it.
I really have to ask this question because I think I know how a Leo listener is feeling right now. As a Leo, they are ruled by the sun. They are pure fire.
Yes, very active energy.
And we just told them on Wednesday they're going to have these exciting lightning bolt ideas. They're probably feeling totally pumped up and ready to conquer the world.
I'm sure they are.
But now, on Thursday, we are telling them to sit down, be quiet, and do gentle meditation. I mean, is planting these seeds actually about taking action, or is strictly about planning? Because sitting in a dark room doing gentle meditations sounds really boring for a fire sign who is ready to go.
That is a very fair point. And, it is a completely natural frustration for a Leo to feel. When a Leo gets a good idea, they want to roar and run with it immediately.
Exactly.
But the answer is clear. Thursday is strictly about quiet preparation. It is not action. Not yet.
Okay.
Think of it like building a house. You had the vision for the beautiful house on Wednesday, but before you could put up the walls and paint them a nice color, what do you have to do?
You have to dig a hole in the dirt and pour the concrete foundation.
Exactly. And pouring concrete is not the fun part.
It's definitely not the fun part.
It is not the fun part. It is not the pretty part. But if you do not do it right, the house will fall down when the wind blows.
I see.
The gentle meditation you do for your health on Thursday is vital. It heals your spirit. It settles your mind. It ensures that when the time finally comes to take action, your natural Leo energy is sharp and focused, not scattered and exhausted from rushing in way too fast.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. You are resting your muscles before the big race. You're pulling that slingshot back just a little bit further to get the maximum tension.
Beautifully said.
Because exactly one day later, on Friday, March 20, the energy shifts. And I mean a huge, clear shift. Friday is marked as another one of our best dates of the week.
Oh, Friday is fantastic.
The astrological data shows two big events happening in the sky. The sun enters Aries and Mercury goes direct.
This is the moment the slingshot truly releases. The rubber band just snaps forward.
Finally.
The sun is leaving the quiet, deep waters of Pisces and entering the bright, blazing fire of Aries.
Let's analyze that. The zodiac is a wheel, right? And Aries is the very first sign of the zodiac wheel. It represents the start of the astrological new year.
Yes, it is pure, raw energy, like a spark hitting dry wood.
And because you are a fire sign too, Leo, when the sun moves out of the water and into another fire sign, you feel like you are back in your natural element.
You feel totally alive again. The quiet time of planting seeds is officially over.
The forecast says that with the sun in Aries, you will deeply desire fun dates outside. You will want fun activities with your friends, maybe even friends from different backgrounds or people who travel a lot.
You want to expand your world.
Right. To restore your natural energy, you need to socialize. No more gentle meditation. You need to be around people, laughing and talking loudly at a restaurant or a park.
And look at how this impacts your work, too. At work, you should focus on completing group tasks with your team.
So no more working alone in a quiet room?
Exactly. Your energy is so bright and attractive right now that people will naturally gather around you. You are the perfect team leader on Friday. People will really want to listen to your ideas.
That's a great feeling.
And your intuition regarding money becomes very, very sharp. You will just know what the right financial move is without even having to think hard about it. Your gut instincts are turned all the way up.
But the sun moving into Aries is only half the story for Friday, March 20. We also have Mercury going direct.
Yes, this is massive.
This is a big deal. For anyone who doesn't know, let's explain what Mercury retrograde actually is. It is basically an optical illusion.
Yes, the planets do not actually stop and move backward in space.
Yes.
But because the Earth and Mercury are orbiting the sun at different speeds, there are times when Earth overtakes Mercury.
Like cars on a highway.
Exactly. When you pass a slower car on the highway, for a brief second, the slower car looks like it is moving backward relative to you. That is what a retrograde is.
And when Mercury, the planet of communication, technology, and travel, looks like it is moving backward, all of those things get messed up down here on Earth.
They really do.
We get dropped calls, lost emails, arguments over simple things, and delayed flights. It is so frustrating.
But on Friday, Mercury is moving forward again. It is going direct. The illusion is over. The train is speeding up and moving forward on the tracks again.
Which is such a huge relief. The data shows that Mercury going direct clears up your intimate misunderstandings.
Yes, instantly.
If you and your romantic partner have been confused or arguing over silly small things earlier in the week, that fog just lifts. You will understand each other clearly without any delays or mixed signals.
And for your career, it means you can finally sign important professional contracts safely.
Oh, because during retrograde, it's risky.
Right. Earlier in the week, during the retrograde and the quiet moon phases, it was risky to sign anything. There might have been hidden clauses or mistakes in the paperwork, but now the road is totally clear. You can put your name on the line.
And for your finances, this forward motion ensures that any delayed checks, pending payments, or stalled money transfers finally clear into your bank account.
You finally get paid.
If you've been waiting for someone to pay you, the blockage is completely removed.
It even impacts your health in a very real way. Think about the physical toll of mental stress.
It's heavy.
Very heavy. When things are delayed, or when you feel misunderstood by your partner, you carry that stress in your shoulders. Your stomach gets tight. You might get headaches.
Yeah, your body feels it.
Exactly. Mercury going direct removes that heavy mental burden, which brings you total physical wellness.
Yeah.
Your body feels better because your mind is finally relaxed and moving forward.
Here is a way to picture how Friday feels. Imagine you have been on a really long hike, and the whole time you have been carrying this incredibly heavy backpack filled with rocks.
Ugh, sound awful.
Your shoulders ache, your breathing is heavy, and you cannot really enjoy the beautiful trees around you because you're just staring at the dirt, pushing through the pain. The sun entering Aries and Mercury going direct is the moment you finally reach the end of the trail and you just drop that heavy backpack on the ground.
That is exactly the feeling. The stress is just gone. The weight vanishes entirely.
The checks are clearing, the arguments are over, and you suddenly feel so light and full of energy that you are ready to go out to dinner, see your friends, and just enjoy your life.
This really shows how the timing of the universe works out. You did the hard work on Monday by facing your fears.
You clean the closet.
Clean the closet. You had the bright ideas on Wednesday. You made your plans quietly on Thursday during the new moon. You did the boring, quiet work of pouring the concrete. And
Ah.
then, exactly one day later, the universe opens the door. It removes all the confusion so you can confidently step forward, sign those contracts, and enjoy a really fun weekend.
Now that the planning is done, the foundation is built, and the mental confusion is gone, the universe is ready to give you a big, massive push toward success.
The grand finale.
This brings us to Sunday, March 22. This is the grand finale of the week. This is where all your careful planning and positive energy turns into massive, real-world success. This is our final, best date of the week.
And it is a very, very powerful day. The astrological data shows that Mars trines Jupiter. This is one of the most helpful, lucky combinations you could possibly ask for.
Okay, let's analyze these two planets. We know Jupiter is the planet of luck, growth, wealth, and success. It is the big, happy giant of the solar system.
Yes.
And what is Mars? Mars is the red planet. It is the planet of action, drive, energy, and pushing forward.
Correct.
Wait, Mars is named after the god of war, isn't it? If the planet of war teams up with Jupiter's power of expansion, couldn't that mean an expansion of anger or conflict? Why is this a good thing?
That is a very good question to ask. Mars does rule anger and conflict, but at its core, Mars is simply thrust. It is the engine of a car. It is the fire that cooks the food.
Okay, I see.
Fire can burn your house down or it can cook a great meal. It all depends on how the energy is directed. And the reason this is not an expansion of war or anger is because of the angle they are making. A trine.
Okay, let's explain a trine. We know a square is 90 degrees, a crash. We know a sextile is 60 degrees, a helpful breeze. What is a trine?
A trine is a 120-degree angle. If you draw lines between three planets making trines to each other, you get a perfect equal triangle.
Oh, a triangle?
Right. The triangle is the strongest, most stable shape in nature. It represents perfect harmony. A trine is the easiest, smoothest flow of energy possible. The planets are basically holding hands and running in the exact same direction.
Oh, so Jupiter is guiding the Mars engine toward growth, not toward conflict.
Exactly. Mars provides the action and the courage, and Jupiter provides the luck and the open doors. When the planet of action teams up perfectly with the planet of luck, you get an unstoppable force.
That sounds amazing.
It is. The forecast says this movement brings deep career luck. It also brings a fantastic, secure financial expansion.
Secure, not just a quick win.
Right, this is not a lucky lottery ticket that might disappear tomorrow. This is secure, solid growth that you can completely rely on.
Let's connect this back to what we talked about earlier in the week. How does this Sunday success relate to the seeds we planted on the new moon on Thursday?
It is the direct result of it. The astrology of a week is a single story. Think about the sudden, bright career ideas you had on Wednesday when Uranus sent you that lightning bolt.
Yeah, the shower ideas.
Right. Then on Thursday, you sat quietly and made a plan for how to build those ideas. On Friday, with clear communication, you pitched those ideas to your bosses or your team.
And now?
Now on Sunday, Mars and Jupiter are ensuring that those ideas are paying off with real secure luck. The financial plans you made earlier in the week are now actually growing in your bank account. The action you took is meeting the luck of the universe.
It is so satisfying to see the whole story come together like that. You pulled the slingshot back, you aimed it, you let it go, and now it has hit the exact center of the target.
A perfect bullseye.
Now, the universe does not just give you good days, it gives you actual tools to help you focus your energy. Every week, the astrological data provides specific tools for your sign.
These are always fun.
For this week, the color of the week is gold. And if you are looking for the exact shade of gold, it is color code #FFD700. It is a bright, rich, shining yellow gold.
Which is perfect for a Leo. The sun rules your sign, and the sun is represented by gold.
That makes sense.
The metal gold does not rust. It does not tarnish. It holds its value. Wearing this color, keeping a gold pen on your desk, or even just picturing this bright, shining gold color in your mind while you do that quiet meditation on Thursday will really help you connect with the positive energy of this week.
It's a focal point.
Yes, it represents the warmth, the wealth, and the shining energy you will feel, especially after the sun enters Aries on Friday.
And we also have your lucky numbers for the week. They are 1, 11, 21, 31, 41, and 51.
That's a very clear sequence.
Now, looking at this list, something jumps out at me immediately. Every single one of these lucky numbers ends in the number 1. Why is the data pointing so hard at the number 1?
It is a beautiful pattern to analyze. In numerology, the number 1 is a straight vertical line. It stands tall, it stands alone. It always represents new beginnings. It stands for independence, stepping forward and stepping into a strong leadership role. Does that sound familiar based on what we just talked about?
It matches perfectly. It matches the fresh starts happening in your career with those bright ideas. It matches the new wishes for your love life that you made during the new moon. It matches the financial growth.
Yeah.
You are stepping into a leadership role in your own life.
Yes, exactly. The universe is highlighting new beginnings for you this week. You can use these numbers in your daily life to boost your focus.
Like how?
Well, maybe you schedule that big meeting to sign a professional contract at 1:11 p.m. Maybe you set your alarm for 21 minutes past the hour when you want to wake up and do your new exercise routine. It is about keeping the energy of the number 1, that brave, confident energy at the very front of your mind.
So to make the most of this luck, this gold energy, and these powerful new beginnings, you need to know who to team up with.
Oh, this is vital.
Because the people around you can either multiply your luck or totally drain your energy. How you interact with the people in your life will determine how much of this prosperity you can actually enjoy.
Your social circle matters a lot this week.
We need to look at your best match and your worst match for the week. Let's start with the good news. Your best match for this fast-paced week is definitely Sagittarius. Why is that?
This makes perfect sense when you look at the elements. Sagittarius is a fire sign, just like you, Leo.
Fire and fire.
Right. Because you share the exact same passionate approach to daily life, you basically vibrate at the exact same frequency. You both want to explore, you both want to laugh, and you both want to live life out loud.
The data gives us some very specific reasons why Sagittarius is perfect for you this week. It says that on Friday, March 20, when the sun enters Aries and you are dying to go outside and socialize, Sagittarius will be the perfect supportive partner to help you enjoy the simple, fun thing.
They will not hold you back.
They will be the first one to say, yes, let's go out to dinner.
And look at what happens on Sunday, March 22, the day of that Mars and Jupiter luck. The data says that you both thrive on that expansive energy. If you team up with a Sagittarius on that day, your shared goals will become very successful and secure.
You push each other forward.
Exactly. You feed each other's fire.
And it is not just about work or going out to parties. It is personal, too. Sagittarius understands your deep need for physical adventure. They know that you need to move and experience the world.
That's a deep understanding.
More importantly, they know exactly how to provide the loyal, warm affection that a Leo truly craves. A Leo wants to be adored, and Sagittarius knows how to give you that warmth naturally. Together, you create an unstoppable team filled with bright joy and peace. They are your absolute co-pilot for this amazing week.
They just match your speed. When you want to run, they run with you.
But on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have a clear warning. The data says who you need to avoid. Your worst match for this week is Pisces.
Yes. The forecast states that you will likely find it very difficult or even impossible to find any common ground with Pisces during this fast-paced week.
Let's look at why. When the sun enters Aries on Friday, you desire social, active events. You want to be seen, you want to be loud, and you want to have fun.
That Aries fire.
But what does Pisces want? The data says Pisces wants to loudly rest and boldly conquer their quiet emotional goals. Their sensitive emotional energy will totally frustrate your pure need for physical freedom. You want to run outside, and they want to stay inside and talk about their feelings.
It gets even worse on Wednesday, March 18th. Remember, that is the day Venus squares Jupiter, bringing a surge of joy and making you want to spoil your partner and act playfully.
Right, the cake day.
Exactly. But if you are dealing with a Pisces person on that day, they will demand strict, quiet caution. This is going to trigger massive, unnecessary arguments.
Because you're on completely different wavelengths.
You want to play, and they want to be cautious. It is like trying to drive a car with the parking brake pulled all the way up. The car will just smoke and make a terrible noise.
The forecast adds that their unpredictable moods will deeply disturb your peace. It concludes by saying it is best to avoid their heavy, exhausting energy right now safely and entirely.
It's just too much friction.
Okay, hold on. I have to push back on this for a second. This raises a really big question in my mind.
Go ahead. What is standing out to you?
Earlier in the show, we talked about Monday, March 16th, when the moon enters Pisces. And we talked about Thursday, March 19th, when there is a new moon in Pisces.
Right, we did.
And you said both of those events were great. You said the Pisces energy was perfect for Leo's quiet planning, focusing on personal goals and healing through gentle meditation.
Yes, I did say that.
But now you are telling me that an actual Pisces person is terrible for Leo right now. Why is the planet placement good for us, but the person with that exact same sign is bad?
That is a very intelligent question. And, it is a difference that confuses a lot of people.
Yeah.
Let me analyze this clearly for you.
Please do.
Think of astrological energy like water. Using Pisces energy for an afternoon of private meditation, like on the new moon, is like drinking a cool, refreshing glass of water.
Just a glass.
Right. It hydrates you, it heals you, and you only drink exactly as much as you need. That is how you use a planetary transit.
Okay, I am following you. The sky gives us a glass of water. We drink it to calm down, and then we put the glass down.
Exactly. You use that tiny drop of quiet time to plan, and then you move on to the next thing. But dealing with a Pisces person is very different. Their entire personality, their whole way of existing in the world is focused on those deep, quiet, heavy emotions all week long.
Oh, I see.
They are not just a glass of water. They are the entire ocean. You do not want to be thrown into the middle of the deep ocean when you are trying to run a fast race on the beach.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
You only need a tiny drop of quiet time to recharge your Leo fire. You do not want a whole week of someone else's heavy, emotional, cautious energy pouring over you and holding you back from your fun, active, fast-paced lifestyle.
You just drown.
Right. You dip your toe in the Pisces water to plan your goals on Thursday, but you do not want a Pisces person to drown out your Aries fire when it is time to take action on Friday and Sunday.
That is a brilliant way to explain it. So the lesson here is, use the Pisces energy on the calendar to quietly map out your brilliant ideas, but spend your actual time with a fiery Sagittarius who will run out into the world and celebrate your real-world success with you.
That is the perfect summary of how to navigate the relationships this week. You use the quiet energy, but you partner with the active energy.
So what does this all mean when we put it together? Let's take a big picture look at the journey our Leo listener is going on this week.
It's a great arc.
You start by pulling the slingshot back. On Monday, you look inward. You are honest about your hidden romantic desires, and you are brave enough to face your hidden fears so you do not spend your money on things you do not need. You clean out the mental closet.
Then on Wednesday, the tension starts to release. Venus and Jupiter bring a wave of joy to your travels and your love life.
The fun part starts.
Uranus brings sudden, bright career ideas that will impress your bosses and gives you certain motivation to change your health routine for the better.
Next, on Thursday, you take a quiet moment to safely plant the seeds for those bright ideas in the dark soil of the new moon. You write out the goals for your professional income and gently heal your spirit.
And then, on Friday, the Hanovi backpack comes off.
Yes, the sun enters Aries and you are ready to roar again. You seek out fun activities outside with friends. Mercury goes direct, instantly clearing up all misunderstandings, allowing you to sign contracts safely, and relieving your mental stress so your body can feel good.
Which perfectly sets the stage for the climax of the week. On Sunday, the unstoppable engine of Mars teaming up with the strong luck of Jupiter brings you real career luck and a secure financial expansion.
Your bright ideas have become real-world prosperity.
And you are guided all week long by the warm color gold and your lucky numbers ending in 1, reminding you to confidently stand tall in your natural leadership role.
You are protected by the fun, supportive fire of Sagittarius while safely avoiding the heavy, exhausting caution of Pisces.
It really is a beautifully structured week. The sky is giving you everything you need in the exact correct order.
It has been such an amazing journey just talking through this forecast. But before we let you go, our expert has one final thought for you to take with you into this passionate week.
Think about that slingshot one last time. By the end of this week, the rock has flown forward. You will have been launched into a very successful place.
A great place to be.
But reaching the target is only the beginning of the next chapter. So I leave you with this question to think about. When Sunday passes, and you have fully secured this career luck and this secure financial growth, well, how will you use that strong foundation to create even more joy and even more bright adventure for the rest of the year?
What a fantastic question. You have the gold, you have the luck, you have the strong foundation. Now, what kind of house are you going to build on it?
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining our conversation today and for listening to the episode on Horoscope TV. We love exploring the stars with you. Please remember to subscribe to Horoscope TV right now so you get notified the moment the next episode is available. Until then, stay shining, stay brave, and we will see you next time.